no so aba akase okay means no because of this and that and policies ni nyama me implement ani nyina nso beboa adwumayefo nti means so say na metumi ama enti fi 2010 sana yeye negotiation under the single spine na nukrani nyame enim yenyina yenim say was some form of difficulty currently in our economy brought upon by the COVID pandemic and other issues, other systemic issues we have as a country. So, Ukaya, 2007, 2008, there was some challenges in the global economy, which affected us also in a way. In 2014, our economy again went through certain challenges. It also brought its own issues for us and our negotiation. In fact, that time, Krano, and we are increase via Yenyakola. Now you do 2015, Krano. You see 13%, but effectively it was 3% because it was based on 2013 salary. Inti this year nso eba no obi anu a obeka se coronavirus no amfa nsunsuaye bia ambre debi your economy no nso no it is still relying on primary products basically. Inti your cyclical problems. Inti a global challenges say eba it compounds our problem. Enti yenu yehwe nyama we nyina though ya di 15% ene ko e enya 4% epe 4% no it didn't meet our expectation, and we are also not happy about the 4%, just as the Secretary General said in the press statement. But under the circumstances and the issues that we have to deal with in negotiation, because you lose somewhere, you gain somewhere. So under the circumstance, we agreed on 4% for this year and 7%. But in exchange of that, we have agreed that no redundancy will take place, no matter how worse the COVID or coronavirus will get. No public sector worker will lose his job. That is one. The second thing is that government will work together to ensure that all workers get vaccinated from the coronavirus. There will also not be any freeze in employment. Now, the bigger challenge, why most of us are not happy, is how public sector remuneration is treated and determined. Because the truth is that there are some public sector workers who benefit more from the kind of system and arrangement we have. And as a country, if we take this as an opportunity to correct the systemic problem both in our economy and also in public sector remuneration, then we'll be getting somewhere. So that is why we have come out to explain to our members, because of what is going on, that this is the real situation. Our priority is to make sure that no matter what happens, none of them will lose their job. And you are media people. The coronavirus, the information is that it has started increasing in the country again. We know what is happening in other countries. And we all need to have this concerted effort to make sure that we are safe and we are alive. Then we can see how we develop as a country and as workers, how we deal with our employment issues. Intiminia, where the say me between na kobrofo kakra na so de beche me.
Pa for the understanding of many. Ye TV near radio baby you mo mutie nyina company TV but minim apart from sir remuneration ye benya body bi no ma hwe ntotoye no vaccination of your members and other conditions are mo etiase 4% for 2021 and 7% for 2022 no were there timelines for government say mo be assess ebre we nkodru no that's enhihia na se ne ma mo gitum nyina no watumi aye
yo me da say niama ya agree no the kind let me say there were institutions in these countries who have also been charged with specific duties and rules. What you say? About health sector, ya were nurses in Ghana Medical Association. Omunina omukanya hu. Inti omu wonindie nso ewo sanyama yihu. Say yes vaccination and this sanyama no the way. Inti ufa enu for instance, wa unim say vaccines ya train vaccines ni say beba. And it means paying for aye ishisheye. Yes, the negotiations on the purchase of the vaccine, all those things, bibia and sing quine. Vaccine baba in many ya na program. As for the program for the vaccination, Ghana as a country since a COVID by ya tutu anamobi se vaccine ba say ombe channel and I say vaccinations in the corner now person me clarify baby vaccination and public sector workers even though we were negotiating public sector salaries ya kama ejuma nidia obia oyejuma say ombe ube say even the health sector not all of them have been vaccinated. Not all of them. The doctors, those who are on the front line, not all of them. Nyamim pegu se BBC sesia na vaccine virus no nipa ba kumienu bia. There will be disaster. In Tinyama way, it will be well coordinated. I think there will be a program that will be followed to make sure that it is done. And yes. We are working together. Timeline in there, we have is between 2021 2022. There was social partnership council. Also, your representation Omona yati asi ho say abeya yenko IMF biomnu. The last IMF program. The social partnership way was formed so that they would design an economic program that will make sure that we are on our toes. In the issues of employment and all that, every quarter, someone say you were tripartite committee. As labor, no, those are some of the things we will do to make sure that they are following the agreement. In terms of employment, how many people have been employed, which sectors they have been employed to, and all that. I will make sure it's decent employment. And not just your friend Professor Mubeye Juma, na yetua anything and allowance. No. A Juma is secured. Yetua social security. Yebe make sure say omunso no contributing to the growth and development of the country. These things will be monitored. And at any point, by the end of 2021, we will sit to evaluate it. Yako 2022, it will be evaluated. At any point, I ever feel government is reneging on that, and people are not being employed. Then we will meet and take our decision. Yeah.
Abani, medasano paper anu wadaje.
Medase.
So much grateful. Alright, Bernard AJ, General Secretary, Public Services Workers Union of the Trade Union Congress. And no, and home come and I mean, it's just about a statement, a joint statement organized labor ediba bonten about omu increment omunya ya nani pa bebrebe etre 100 na ase edi nkomo efa ho no anopay mesai afabre na makenkan statement tenten a organized labor ede eba ni nyina ente yima do me this favor na show this statement from organized labor emame na yentumi enimo enkomo anopay yabatwa yankomo twetwe so ensam no egua pronso no edoso na emarafi say enra the minority NDC MPs in parliament omo forum be about Ghana's economy womo akeka ensem bebrebe anopay mene mabeja for transia yebetwa yani ahwe then I will also speak to some economic pundit na omususu no maje wana genche no wonsusuye was sa enkomo ekoso enra no ho emarafi say dia abanse the minimum capital requirement foreigner bi ebehia anenka ye 1 million obetumi e invest na so da be digwa ewo mam no Nigeria for we yomu afrim de ntia aban etusa na mo no ye bepe eno so nchemu na ye de eno nso so no aba abedi eho enkomo. Roger Nkuma is a deputy minister of finance. Now, what you say, and then the credit that entumi sida said the NDC minority and as NDC MPs within their forum no say the nema the only solution and as idea bet me aje and they say ebia Ghana yes to two among na ye de ho akwadan the International Monetary Fund IMF so omakwa yemwa anyesa enema ebeje ensemu. Doma East member of parliament and so afale a question in parliament Sam John Dramani Mahama 2013-2016 and also a charter flight to Kwai a car or ball may no on Fabra or Macheche no Biantiasie but lawyer William Kusi is on the line. Menino encoding come a senior lawyer our Dominion Chambers a doom and over lawyer Marchai
Oheneba
apom ye
yes I
yada nyankopon se mranim ni a wosa eye Kristo ni mapa minim se unyamesom omfani agro kra emra emase bedafie omasha se edi hu nkomo LGBTQ betmaka kwesi XYZ and the commentary am for running about it no papa say ana uhuru no
yo me dasi I say in simple terms no idea bi a abesin sen ekoma ye chacha ye beti hu nkomo and the me hu say nipa de anoka and so be an show commitment and say ye no ya mremu ya mremu no ya nyintum
Wontumi radio nyamensa wo
ana ya adwene yes shemra nanka ya twemu prakope nanso unfortunately for us no empenyu for bia no show commitment ya dia no keka na ya twemu.
Too bad. I knew the line was gonna drop. Unfortunately, line no drop. But the lawyer William Kusi, senior lawyer at Dominion Chambers, he been back on the line. Now you know the the position of some parliamentarians for and against that bill now private bill now urban engineer. Ebinus was shall the narrative. Ebinus was shall advance and say. We should also not take away the fact that say yet me marketing yes you bet my dear ho say ye see ade no ho kwan na mom support from international organization donor organizations womu eta ebe boaye no maye muyani ngusu se Ghana so bekwa ahohiam e wosika fam enti to do or not to do and also so eye ensem wa and also so bobo eba anopay. Let me commiserate with one of my lecturers and I mean cuz I sympathize with him Dr. Edward Brinya. Unfortunately, I'm hearing say you may arm robbers akonoso ewoni fie na that is very unfortunate. Doc Kafra kafra me pacho abu akwa posifo mo amwa kupon ne potem nyina no yesremo Dr. Edward Brinya, political science, history and political science department. Na that is very unfortunate. Ne energy. So, mamenko na minyabre adiwe yame pa organized labor a statement woman de buy no menko kenkan ni nyina yia ansana yabaye interviews aka ato aso then later my panel will join me na yatwa so any comments. So that is a statement from organized labor on minimum wage and base pay negotiations and matters arising, read by Dr. Yalba, Secretary General of TUC. Natwall Enra, Monday 26th July 2021. Ena omudi statement we ebaye na percentage increment ebaye ni probably na edi ho nkomwa. So on behalf of organized labor, I would like to welcome our friends from the media to this press conference. Dr. Yalba speaking here. Let me state from the outset that this press conference is being held under the auspices of organized labor operating in both public and private sectors. They include TUC and all its 21 affiliate national unions. Other unions in the organized labor are Ghana Federation of Labor, Ghana National Association of Teachers, NAT, National Association of Graduate Teachers, NAGRAT, National Coalition of Concerned Teachers, Ghana, Civil and Local Government Staff Association, Ghana, that is CLOSAC, Judicial Service Staff Association of Ghana, JUSAC, Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association, Ghana Medical Association, National Association of Registered National Association of Registered Midwives, Government Hospitals Pharmacists Association, University Teachers Association, Technical University Teachers Association of Ghana, Technical Universities Administrators Association of Ghana, and Industrial and Commercial Workers Union. As you can see, general secretaries, presidents, chairpersons, and other leaders of organized labor groups are present at this press conference. As we all know, negotiations for the 2021 and 2022 national daily minimum wage and base pay for public services workers on the single spine salary structure were concluded on 4th June 2021 and 21st July 2021 respectively. After weeks of intense negotiations, the national minimum wage was increased by 6% for 2021 and 8% for 2022. The base pay for public sector workers was also increased by 4% for 2021 and 7% for 2022. Brothers and sisters from the media, we have invited you this afternoon to explain how the negotiations were conducted and why union negotiators accepted the increments mentioned above for the national minimum wage and base pay. We seek to clarify, supply information, and place the issues in the rightful context. Determination of national daily minimum wage. The national daily minimum wage is determined by the National Tripartite Committee, which is made up of 5 representatives from government, 5 from Ghana Employers Association, and 5 from organized labor. The factors considered in the determination of the national minimum wage include the following: the needs of workers and their families, taking into account the general level of wages in the country, the cost of living, social security benefits, and the relative living standards of other social groups. 2. Economic factors, including the requirements of economic development, levels of productivity, and the desirability of attaining and maintaining high level of employment. Traditionally, the National Tripartite Committee relies on recommendations of a technical subcommittee in the determination of national minimum wage. The technical subcommittee is made up of a representative from Ghana Statistical Service, who chairs the technical committee, representatives from government, representatives from Ghana Employers Association, and representatives from organized labor. Determination of base pay for public sector workers. The base pay covers all public service workers placed on a single spine salary structure. These include teachers, health workers, civil servants, and other public sector workers, including security agencies, Ghana Immigration Service, Ghana Prison Service, Ghana Fire Service, and others. The implementation of single spine salary structure started in 2010. The base pay on the structure is determined by the Public Service Joint Standing Negotiation Committee, which is made up of government representatives from Fair Wages and Salaries Commission, Ministry of Employment and Labor Relations, and Ministry of Finance. Private sector workers are represented by all unions that operate in the public service. This year's negotiation was particularly difficult. The coronavirus pandemic has had a very devastating impact on public service, employment, and livelihoods. The Ghana Statistical Service, in collaboration with the United Nations Development Programme, UNDP, and the World Bank, provided data on effects of the pandemic on businesses and employment based on a business tracker survey which was conducted between May 26 and June 27, 2020. The survey showed that 35% of private business establishments had to close down during the partial lockdown. In the hotel and restaurant sectors, nearly a quarter, 24% of businesses closed down. Even after easing of the partial lockdown, 16.1% of businesses continue to be closed as a result of the partial lockdown. Okay, now 41,952 workers were laid off, and about 770,120 workers had their salaries reduced as a measure to avoid redundancies. A number of firms reported substantial uncertainty in future sales and employment. On average, firms estimated a possible decline of 24% of sales and 15% reduction in employment in the worst case scenario. After several meetings, both parties agreed on 4% for 2021 and 7% for 2022. I will explain further why we agreed on 4% for 2021 and 7% for 2022. The Public Financial Management Act 2016 at 921 requires that negotiations of public sector wages for any year are conducted in April of the preceding year. Since the act was passed, we have been negotiating public sector pay in the year before its implementation. This arrangement was very beneficial to public sector workers in 2020. We concluded negotiations for base pay for public sector workers in 2019. The effective date of implementation was 1st January 2020. The COVID pandemic struck in March 2020, but because we had already negotiated the base pay, government had no option but to continue to pay the reviewed salaries. Another reason why we negotiated for 2 years was that we had already delayed negotiation for 2022. We therefore considered it prudent to negotiate the base pay for 2022. Now, let me explain other reasons we accepted 4% for 2021 and 7% for 2022. Dr. Yauban speaking. Evidence available indicated that further increases might lead to redundancy in public service. We had to avoid redundancy by all means because of the negative social and economic effects of the mass redundancies we witnessed in the 1990s as part of the structural adjustment program. We have also witnessed redundancy of tens of thousands of workers in the private sector due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Another reason was that we wanted to avoid the payment of cost of living allowance, COLA. You may recall that in 2014, when the economy of Ghana was in crisis, government argued that it could not increase the base pay, so we accepted COLA of 10%. Workers' contribution to social security remain at 2013 level the whole of 2014. In 2015, we proposed 25% increase in base pay. Finally, government offered 13% and we accepted it after months of negotiation. But as public sector workers, many remember the 13% increase was based on the 2013 base pay, excluding the 10% COLA. Therefore, effectively, public sector workers received just 3 percentage point increase over their 2014 salaries. This year, we made a firm decision that a pay rise, however small, is better than COLA. We got government to move from a position of 0% to 4% for 2021 and 7% for 2022. It did not meet our expectation, neither did it meet the expectation of our members. What we managed to do was to get government to accept the following conditions in addition to the 4% increment for 2021 and 7% for 2022. So these are the conditions. One, that during the agreement period 2021-2022, government shall not declare any public sector worker redundant. In other words, all the over 700,000 public sector workers will keep their jobs no matter the state of the economy and government finances. Two, that government shall not freeze employment in the public service. This means government will continue to employ workers into the public service. Three, that all workers will be vaccinated against the COVID-19 during the agreement period 2021 to 2022. Four, that government will pay social security contributions with special references to the second tier contributions regularly. Okay, we continue. So employment security of our members is important to us. We also took into consideration the teeming young men and women who are searching for jobs and the health of workers and their pensions. The ongoing discussions on various social media platforms indicate clearly that workers are understandably unhappy with the outcome of the negotiations. Yes, we are not happy either. We settled on the relatively low rates of increment reluctantly after intense negotiations spanning many meetings. But we are happy to know that none of our members in the public service will lose his or her job during the agreement period. More young people will be employed, 1 million in the next 3 years. According to the president, workers will be fully inoculated against COVID-19 and our pensions will be paid regularly. Let us remember that since the implementation of single span salary structure, we have managed to negotiate higher increments for public sector workers in normal times. 20% in 2011, 18% in 2012, 10 in 2013, 10 in 2016, 12.5 in 2017, 11 in 2018, 10 in 2019, 12 in 2020. As mentioned earlier, 2014 was not a normal year, so base pay was not increased. Although we managed to negotiate for some 10% increase in national minimum wage. Instead, government offered 10% COLA for public sector workers, which denied workers of an increase in their social security contributions as well as increase in salary related allowance. In 2015, Ghana was emerging from a crisis that hit the country in 2014. So effectively, public sector workers received 3 percentage point increase over their 2014 salaries when the 2014 COLA was taken out. What we have to do now is to monitor the implementation of the conditions attached to the 4% for 2021, 7% for 2022, ensure that there shall be no redundancy. 1 million jobs will be created in the next 3 years, equitably distributed across all the 16 regions. All workers will be vaccinated and workers' pension contributions will be paid on time without delay. The current system of remuneration in the public sector favors some categories of office holders in the public service. We therefore call on the president to initiate a process towards the establishment of a commission made up of experts from various fields to advise government on public sector salaries for all job holders in the entire public service to ensure fairness. We are appealing to workers to understand the circumstances within which we negotiated. The outcome was not what we had expected, but it could have been worse given the economic challenges and the stance of government toward pay rise, particularly in 2021. Let us continue to work towards full economic recovery. Let us join hands to fight for fairness in the remuneration system in the public service. Support your union leaders to promote and protect your economic and social interests. As trade union leaders, our job is industrial relations. We build relations with our social partners based on trust and mutual respect that transcend time and political region. Following this press conference, all organized labor groups are requested to engage their members to explain the circumstances that led to the outcome of the negotiations. Long live workers' solidarity. Long live organized labor. Long live Ghana. Thank you for your attention. So, Dr. Yauba Enono. Ena Odessa and same way enyina atudwa enti asem no tofabo enyina ne say enkomodia na ekoso on radio, on TV, on social media say aban ene adwumayefo ani ne yie na aban ade akatuantumu ekoma adwumayefo a wahama bupan enan 4% pe ena afia ewomi 2021 aban ade to adwumayefo akatuam ena 7% ena 2022 aban edebeto adwumayefo akatuam na krata opani edeba abontin nyina no ochre sen sa egitanwodie chese wo mutena ase edi wonkomo yie pa ansa na omusi sa adwumaye ewo musan adwumayefo nenka omupe de ebro 4% in 2021 ena de ebro 7% in 2022 nanso so no omanya omubu anyeso omunim se omu members na so no ebo anyeso nanso so no eye efrise eniema esisi ewo wiase afa na nyina no ene giant na nka aban esi no na nka aban kra de nka akatua ntum no nka amfa makra nanso so no ehihye bia oye ene kitawudi a ekwoso okokwa mu ntino ena ema omu etimi koduru sam pempenso no ora yaba ekire mu se Ghana fo bekaya mfie apem ahankoro adiokono 1990 ewiase afa na nyina abonyanya ema Ghana sede yesika sam ntotoe no yesi ekomu no ema woyehia eba ma adwumafo etete pa eduru no nankan tumu anase hye pa aban be ya ma adwumafo no aban antumi anya ne saa. Fast forward 2014 Ghana economy no essay ema chese eniema aginsamu anesa ora John Mahama abreso eno nso no aban amfa katuantumu amadwumayfo ne duwa bi kompa na waso atum no 3% ena ode ema womu na enei dia COVID-19 aye wo wiase nyina no ano odin esi de esi 1990 ena ano odin esi de esi 2014 John Mahama abreso nanso so no aban akosoa eye na famu dia omufisa honom de omni aban eye adwene honom enti senka oman tiase se aban emo mu 4% 2021 no mo 7% 2022 a de nke wose aban eye ne se ene oto akatua ne manu kwasoro sense anemom adwumayefo no obeyi biadi nanso so omuzo hwe ohawo a se ye adwumayefo no biadi a ede beba omanfo so asetemu omabusuafo nyina so a na ewo se omotiase na aban emo mu 4% 2021 7% 2022 nemom aban kosoa ehwe ni padodo a otua omuka emprempren na empo aban sa afa bika ho na nyina na esikasam enti omotiase se 4% no omubeje afi na afi ebesim no omaje 7% no aban aboma no ho basa so omotiase sa ade a eni adwumani bia ni wa obeyi nadi efrise COVID-19 ba ye enyuma dodo na eye ankrankra de ano wo musika sam akofom enti ankrankra nyuma die kwa no omayi ni padodo na di a oka enipa be 41,000 ene akire ewo honom sanzo so ena wonsika sam no akofom ankrankra nyuma ko no so na sika sika wombetua to ema aban enti omuzika sam akofom no be 25% no na je sa uche omuzika ni mu nan a baako afim eno nso cheje sika omba betua ma aban no eno nso akofom nanso aban esika sam akofom no aban antete adwumafo aketua so ebio aban enje obubo se mrante ne maba wo mu o mu pe adwuma ye no aban enkasa covid aba enti no nisika sam akofom enti omo mu pe adwuma ye no aban afa adwumafo eno mo kasa no kwade mampani edi kai abe Canada se nipa be opepe baako 1 million ena enfie miensa edi animi no aban ebe form ede ba public service nimu na yomu ebe ye enizo mbehwe se aban ebe di sa abortion esum ebio COVID-19 adwumafo mu o mamu nyina so mu ya nkrankra adwuma anasa aban adwuma public and private aban enhwe se obetime tu na mobi na yawo wo mpane ne bi se de be ya o mobile bo a ebo ede etayarwa no emu ebe ye den eno nso so no aban agya tum se obeye ede amamu omuzo mu ya adwuma ombekwa ahomegiem omu antikante to aye de mamu wabe omakwa ahomegiem eye pension no eno nso so no aban enhwe se ye betua na bra no ede amamu se de be ya omu enchire mu eno nso so no aban agya tum se obeye ede amamu eti de omu ka nyina ne se wenyina aban betumi aya adwumayefo akuakuakuakuo no enda no fo no mo amu de nkokura no mo ne mo members ne ngai se omunyiro mo nya adwumaden na aban ensusu enyuma no enyina pintin na ankrankra enyuma no enyina pintin sele be yasika aban ehwe ne nza betumi aka na watumi ayesa anhyewe nyina omo se emre bi atwam 2014 no de omanya ne no na ye esere sa abre no nanso so hawa abawiase afa na nyina COVID-19 eba no ano odin se de ekoso 2014 no enti ewomza nkomo pe de chai se de nanso munsa nka nanso so no eye pa se aban atumi agiatum se obaye ne sa ede amamu omusi de nti a omu negotiate na se omudi nkomo efa 2021 akatiantumu ene 2022 de no ne se 2021 de no omudi nkomo no ache enti nanka ewasa omudi wi a no mabedi 2022 de no nanzo nam se 2021 de ne che enti no na waso omudi nyina abomu preko said beya 2022 de no ho nkomobo no enso so enko akiri enu nti eno mayene saa no enti omu hye adwumafo nyina nkran so omu nyina omu nya adwumaden no omu so behwe sen hyehyɛ ya abaje atum se obeye a eno ne ma omu gira so eje 4% 2021 and 7% 2022 no agitum no womu ebeye ne saa pepepe eno ene asema adwumafo nkabom ko nyina ede ebae ne tofa bon no wa wutemi anasa wo hwemne sa wo wunya ntase fro bi ka ho a faka ho ene additional ede ma. Okay, now the apostles of culture of silence Kromanum na say enche amanfo anu dem ena Ghana de abanyi waye kan ka bi se we wadwen se wonye ne nya adwene o kire wadwene na se wadwen nche ne ekwoti aban a ne etetew ne etata ne ye ne sei na enche kra ena abibimamu nyina aban anase ekua wo muso ehwe sentwefo yedwumadie ene anamontu a yetuo no fa ahodi a yewo ewo mu no wo mu enso de amanebo bi eba abonten aje se uyi aman makoma kunnum awa bibimama omubo mu modne pa on press freedom Ghana ena edikan na aje se asamene se Italy UK ene France kra no Ghana ebo wo homoden eche wo mu on press freedom na eno so eya asemo a edawa anopai yebehwe na yedi eno so eho enkomo pa wode eno so eto nchen a COVID-19 ya yedi hu nkomo ya esa mani musim aban aka se ebraso se Ghana yetimitu na ma na enduro no yenya ankasa etimi yebi awo mamu enti ene okopesika $25 million na yahwe betimi ede develop vaccine ewo omai Ghana mu eno so eye de eba eno no we ene nsama hodo bi na no pay yesi nkonwa edi ho nkomo but my main country say eduro no aba upe no e wo se utu ase na ubetu pain ase a ubeyisu to pain ena ede tu ase no high school kaka krabin kam ko rapper kam nya wi no tema kam timi de rame pa into pain no udi to pain ena betu pain no ase na obebuza say ede ben ena etome anase ekam ni padua na e wo se me ko yisu to pain no ebi ne capsules anase ni ointment ene to pain no ayenom anase nku na ye desra no hwan ena etumi eyisu bi anopay orayire na na ma mo aben ewa ha ana abrante kron Dr. Solomon oko school papa pa ono so ewa ha dog
Oheneba
mache
mejo so pa
apom
boko so pa
biayo boko
pa
to say
to pain me pain na tuko
okay
Oheneba to pain yes ebetu pain
ebetu pain
ebetu pain
pen bia e to pain ele betu ase
say you to now the pain to pain e betu pain when about
ye nin komo why na betumi ayusu bi
one ye maamenom ye papa nom a omusisi mu eye omoya ometan ade wodwom watena se ache etu osua ne to ase twetwe no ohia to pain capsules and ointment. But the entina Emma mama nisisi mi eye ne ya. Oba se draw human skeleton si apa. Your upper bone, e the lower bone. Any your cushion, I say gragrew, e shentem. It is all trans si apa. E so dom pen be home e wo cushion so any kwase ka from dom pen no. Your mother dey say e bra ye nyini. Ni ye koyeta 50 years e kono. Now where enter ekoso no. Na sa cushion no ewe I say ka mo bushi no. E se mo chese ya pa bon se cushion na awe. Na e so kono de rubber no e sa sha no bim. E we see a pa bon se so dom pen etwi from dom pen with age. And went in to pain capsules aba. To pain capsules e nyema miensa. Edin kan sisi na emoye kuro no anase dom pen na emoye kuro no one e contain alkaloids a ekume kuro na wo sisi enim no. 2 muscles na connect bone no me no on say fan say won say ye wo upper bone and your lower bone your muscle connect to bones no obo no ma no wo tena se and trust chair no muscle no so etwetwe no emu tutu no and I turn out and as be a link no sabi enkoneti eti money ni se mu twetwe no ne to ase twetwe no a ohia to pain capsules and ointment one boa esai muscle pain no e de free ho e de mawo owi anwie after this kind of cushion na what trans che with age no and this one different cell mitosis no e produce massa cushion no e be sentem so that be ya what trans ya e so dompe be ho me cushion so nenka fo dompe no e emunim bleed to pain capsules any ointment and ohia obi asasabro arthritis joint ye ne ya what ye china what do bi enko de bia ne kotodwe efu na aba ne jepe na aba ne kwanchi na so ne sisi na so ne kon ohia to pain capsules and an ointment eyisa how no e de free ho obi de rheumatoid arthritis ne kotodwe na ahono ena se nsuo to na se awoba kakra bia na wotutu no awtoto wona so ohi de mo to pain capsules anopa mienu nwumre na now the to pain ointment no stress be yo ya no Oheneba within 5 days ne nyina free ho de amawo to pain capsules adwuma asem ne yeken odu ade bia na okoye exercise bi na bia all bending one bending on his knee or bending on the waist on say to telephone entia sepreko si ye peja de fanse opeja de free form one opeja blog free form one ye bending on our waist ye bending on our knee eso ko to dwe na obum eba form no apeke blog no na mo nyina o bending enyisi osisi ne so be education na mante obi a bending apeja de awon sisi na se mu atwe no or transient uhia to pain capsules any to pain ointment go no more capsules now the ointment Jesus you know na is pain e dey free ho obi dey ne kon na basa ne hip no na say ne nsa no right no na abasa de kon ene bia o twist ne kon no ene aso ne kon e ontimi nya no hwe won ho hwenye ye uhia to pain capsules and to pain ointment aboy is how dey free ho your sciatica na sciatic nerve eno ye entinya eso esisi no mo na afa to no so na be fa to ase na be fa tie bone no ene sciatic nerve no na nanse no emututu enkankan me papa na e ma me na sebe omomfia kwa ni mo no emu twetwe entama na wontimi ntinem wo ba sa okwane afa wo ba so sisi na chia asisi ne center boat etwaira wo ba na ye chance mama na e ba den ni sisi wo si nante de asisi sister Grace na e ba yo ye de atodi wodwom sister mama me sedro na ba ye friend to pain TUPAIN tu tu now the pain account nigga say two yaw ase two pain no ase different to pain capsules any to pain ointment nyo nko obi nine gout the got to dwe no just say o de bia no the bandage abom ahono ene mu dwe gwi ewi etinipa nyina da no obobna ohia to pain capsules and to pain ointment abo eyisa how e de free ho obesunity de bia na se de bia no wonya cold de bia na ne huni mu so so no wonya severe cold wanu maduro bia migraine ne tin e bon se ga ase de se kan etwa ne tin no ohia to pain capsules now we are the ointment na afamu maso kakra bi e de amame within 5 days I don't know what the pains in the floor. Within 5 days, na pains na at yet to and champion for pain being torso. And champion can say what the Biana Mejepe and I miss Mr. Edronaba. I found a 5 years research on can we say about department here. I diaba. So like fuck off by Yasa diaba. And yaw dear, where every bedroom painkiller. Eba kunye mienu se bibia na ya waso ya wosi ododom wafron na hono so se be kwa we na bi na wosi pen wafron ahono a otwe enchin ohia to pain capsules na fo ya to pain ointment asasra so na yisa ha no nyina e de free ho oni ba men twen ansa obi ko bobo because you soko bobo na akobi ko twa me na me ka che kakra me nam board no so sa na akwai fo se guru afem wiem ko to dia se ya fa ho me nante a ekeka bom sa ohia to pain capsules and to pain ointment obi koye massage bi a koye ye na be ne ba ko mi ne chika se wazu amia masabe ne vertebral column e ho aka meka wo chika se no on se ne ta sebe tra fa ko che meka driver for transfer ko che bank manager transfer ko che a ye moving no more na what sa din na wo moving no na afi sebe wo tra wo to no so sa no na osisi no ne sa mazo na e connect o hip no e fa o vertebra na se o spine no ha e ba be so bone mu e bi ho twist ntamo wɔkyi no ɛyɛ wo ya umu ɛyɛ wo ya ohia to pain ɛba ya wo bi oni padua no mu dia ɛdura etu asia no tine di kan ye friend to pain capsules and an ointment wonum to pain capsules mina no pa mina nwumre no now the to pain ointment etwichi ɛyisa haw no nyina ɛde afiri hɔ ɛde amaw ma won sanka to pain na mo onyi sa haw no nyina ɛmfa mfiri hɔ ɛmfa maw
no kwepa and a doctor akano to pain capsules and to pain ointment here adwuma enti wo dia ne say ye keno obekwa akotobie na wanonom ye numbers enie 0245
0245
61
60 28
0245
61 60 28
and a 0261 73 62 to pain capsules and ointment me so adie bia eye yaw adie bia wo de wo se eye pain no bomade sa won sa beka bi enye ya onnom capsules ne mienu anopa mienu anwumre na wo de ointment na twetwe na me de me kanfo de ama ye nuanom ne ya papa no mu a wo moti dwom na wo moton ade no edu ba bia adwumaden no etime de ahomre eba to bon so obepon obeko fie no na wonam nyina ye wo ya wonam nyina twetwon nipa ba akọ ye so won sa wo de buei ye so na ya buei tese wo do nan ni tia wonom kura asore aye bibia na eye wo dendendendenden wonam nyina ya wo ya ukode nyina wuso ede na obeye wudu fie sa na wadware awie no wanom two pain capsules mienu anopa na wonom anwumre mienu wanom wo de ointment ni bi no wate ede asra wo obi obetimi de atwu wa mane mfa ntwu se woni obi a wo de etene fa sra te se de wodi nko esra no wo de sra firi wo soro ekosi wo fom wo to hono mo Oheneba ebeka se ye de twa massage papa bi ade ebeche no bo se waposo na twetwen wo wona ma na ye wo ye nyina na ni nyina afi wo no wanya ahode prim no wasori asan kwa akoye wadwuma etimesra mu to pain capsules ni ointment de wo ye dwadini ana wo ye adwuma bi antenase wo mu pa mesra e ma ne mpa wo ho aba se the doctor kan ye no ukọ herbal shop ne chemical shop mu a eno ase wo body say to pain capsules to pain wo de pain wo ho no edura a2 pain to pain capsules any ointment ebedi say adwuma na ama Oheneba ye sorry kwa no ye numbers ne ebiem 0245 61 60 28 and a 0261 73
63 etie for her for hwene so say edin ye to pain tu na the pain to pain capsules and ointment yes ebe to pain
right to pain I don't know mamemfa eno ensia meda me ho aba na meba me ma bedwafo nyina atena besa ko phone lines no so di nkomo ba ko mienu bi ansana ye de ye panel discussion no ababeto so right nana ama amwaben ana afi Dr. Solomon ana me mudinko haye Wontumi 1013 ana afi Wontumi TV me ba sisi ya
Can who be a solar natural clinic? A hodie, Yemfa Yarian Coho, and San Francofia Bie, na latest machines are or Diaba clinic hodie, and so when and so catch the cry. Oba or power, Bema when your low sperm count. Say yes, is Yari, Waposua Posuna Yawya, after prostate enlargement, any prostate cancer, and an infection be about prostate pneumonia. Solar natural clinic, Ebertinete, never diabetes, any cocoa, any beer, why a Cassia Brosua, Nina, a one row, Ebet Mama when young found who dear precope, and Nadia, young Chichipi, Uncle Says Kaka, a brass solar natural clinic, our one Bama Yarasa Papa, Nebo Sandafo, Seban machines, Papa na, our ultramodern diagnostic machine, and I'll bet media show, and we are dear BI how, Ebra Ombre Hokra, was our body mass index machine, our debatation in Padianum, and we se bibia enso ededa na kwam osan wo liposuction machine a eboa ma obi a waye kase aboroso no eyiyi srade ni nyina firi nipadua nim Solak Natural Clinic asan the massaging machine a betima miamia wa free wutiri so akosi unase ama honam asisi hu so ye pa ema obi a nada o hwehwe omo a fo ni kire kentenkro no omo ne Shell filling station no ene di nhwane mu ana frɛ 0241 590 837 0241 590 837 Solak Natural Clinic ayaresafie papa no
Victory edu papenie victory edu papenie victory no one of when I months were doing kunima victory sir
say ya real nuts na your swatch you have victory garlic mixture no you go
hey and the victory garlic mixture let me join the celebration victory edu papenie victory
menu number gentlemen ndi me afrosa ne ye menya victory garlic no ena me ho atome
kane no menati kakra na makuma bomi periperi na mabre na meni so nyine brimi na sisia no menya victory garlic mixture no bibia ye kama
and let's celebrate
da onya fie dumi no apinfo ene oba o manofo entimi mfasa adro ibi
victory
FDA agi edwadie enkrato yi atom
21st clinic a sciatica expert 21st clinic ye ho ne dia bibiduro esa oyare wo ba ya yo lab test na wie no ye be ye o massage bi a wo ba wi asokra wo nya bi da ye wi de wato machine so ne dia bibiduro ne dia wo no enti wo to ase ho no entini na wo ho no esane fa wo siremu wananse wo nantu nyina fa wo nanso ho nyina no sa ehun teche mape nurse wo die mia ye friend sciatica na wo mo ye expert e wo Ghana ha no e 21st clinic ye wo more than 10 branches e wo Ghana ha wudu sunya ne ye nie kumase enkran baabia se ye bia foforo e wo tadi ma efie kuma number 9 eho na sciatica expert 21st clinic adwuma obetimi afre wo frɛ number no branch na ben wo ne a kyerɛ wo na wo kɔ hɔ 0540 311 0540 311 sciatica expert 21st clinic.
Michael, we support the new system. Yeah, Minya, Mama Michael.
Pacho, wa Tony ni.
Let's not go be able to go many better.
Me ko support my business for your new system. Hey, asa ka Michael t-shirt. Mato t-shirt. Me ko ba be fan kan no. Ni t-shirt go mama.
Boss, champion, boss, come stop. Mr. Only one.
Okay.
Michael is supporting a new system.
And your well-being.
Vico 20 is not suitable for children under 12 years of age, pregnant women, and lactating mothers. A quality product from Oheneba Center. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Healthcare. Resabia fufura abepi kumasi kuima. Ewo anoma so eni odiu kwantim pono so. Se eye dunso mu yade yefunu mu yade panimfo a mo prostate mu ehaw ne ade hepatitis ulcer ana bibia no eno so ye wonimdefo a mo so akwadare ewo saa ayaresa ni nyina ye wo scan center eno so ye wo scan machine a eye abefu se eye awo enso so na wo ka eno so oba spark eno so ye wonimdefo a mo so baboa ye doctor fo wo ha na agi titiye ewo Ghana eni ewiase afana nyina oba na se wo hia massage na na se akomutretene a eno so ye wo obi wo hono ma ono so wo training ma papa free amanone ye wo nuro ahodo nyina fo ye yade a ye titi wa ha bia Spark Healthcare ye se yade no ebetu afri woni padua
Fresh Spark Healthcare wo numbers ya wo TBC.
Especially yeah 40 years and above no a fire prostate obetumi prostate enlargement and after prostatitis se wokwa yaresabia na e catch us PSA level higher kaina hu se prostate no ɛho yɛ atɔkyema sɛ wo sɛ wokyem ansa na wadwonso wodwonso na emu apai anaso edu anadwo a wota dwonso a ɛna kan na hu sɛ wonya prostate disorder sɛ wotumi didi yie anaasɛ wota tenetene wapom anaasɛ wonya daily supplement bi a ɛbɛtumi aboa ama wo prostate no egyina na nan so saa mbarima nkyerɛkyerɛ we a natural link company a wɔmode Proslav capsules a ɛboa mbarima prostate true man ana dinner capsules ɛboa ɛmba efiri kyirikɔ wobɛtumi afrɛ mo.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Good papa.
Ganabam, if your what your waist or your body you make bazaar.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Me bacho mami Ganabam me. Kese ni mi no keto ane mi ansa.
Se me wona manyina tutume me waist me chi me baby me ko so dwani na me yasa. I feel good.
What are you?
I'm about hospital.
Ganabam. To wait here from doctor no. Where you there?
Ebio.
Oh my God.
70 cedi.
Mr. Tiabako. Ganabam. Yento embeto ha. Efesa Tiabako nti. Efentu obi 20 cedis.
Me doctor. Nemo se me Ganabam come. Say am tuo. So so. If me ta for Ganabam. You can resist.
Dear Baker, never see me. Not a crown any penny out of you. You're a
And now, my dear listeners, before I sign out, I would like to introduce to you Tabia Herbal Mixture, a great and effective herbal medicine for malaria, loss of appetite, and general body pains. Tabia, a fact I can personally attest to.
Tabia Herbal Mixture. Usunumbi.
Ade, Wajna, Somiene Kakrama me why? Just a little more, darling. Perfect. Josette Fashion House at the Nyoma Papa Backroom. Rush in and find yourself goodies just for the family. I will for a grand Nyoma. I did dear girl. And now say something for the mister to make him feel like a boss. And at the same time, on feeling sexy, no. Josette Fashion House say they got it all covered. Say a bunny ye money on my dear, and ye mean ya bar, Brajo St. Fashion House, and see for yourself the very colored, the very design, and the choices. So well when you actually what say dear Josette Fashion House, and will Kumasi City Mall, and Craig West Hills Mall, Josette Fashion House, and near my papa if you.
Me ba ma uje jamio shell funu muja na me ba ma uje atutumio my love
Minutes after 8 Yasaba all right. As I speak this morning, there are some personalities within the media fraternity in Ashanti region. They want to take advantage of this. Kwa musika meka esusupin say yabo mu pa muso mu demonstration in Ashanti region because there is seemingly a culture of silence. There is an attack on the media. Into umbe demonstration okrum hanum omo printum t-shirt munya nwie so banya bi printed t-shirt near the ade ewo krum hanum. If you can help me with this na yenhwe na say there was a league table countries how they are faring on press freedom na Ghana baby ahwe wa osha satisfactory, problematic, difficult, very serious in Africa, according to the Reporters Without Borders, a World Press Freedom Index 2021. Into where we are Ghana, your map no share. Now share know when say Ghana, we are doing well. Na as I say, over league table ni na Italy, UK, and I think France, eba behind Ghana. And there is a press freedom, no? And yeah, Ghana, yet to say, and as we are performing so bad, say the nipa be a pese umu emani. Now say mampeni eko kasai the other Jumedi say or no still he is a fighter for press freedom. He believes in that, but the end say yes, a responsible journalism. In the central for a be hard and yet. Bufisem sense and training be na adwuma na obi ne nya adwinti kwan bi so be fa so se bia o tata na na se o attack no nenso so no adwuma no so no e won hyehyɛ ne mmara a ɛda ho ntino se wo so wo ya no ahwe se udi sa le ni mo pepepe ayentiase na yenyaye anase the media at the point that want to arrogate some powers be onto ourselves. Na if we say yaka yanka so yanka yen determine the agenda I best and I say editorial policy no it is in the bosom of us intino ubia entumi enkai deche Shak Chedrobi matching
yenua
abusuafo ho te say
nyame adom kakra
ede nyankopon ase
na wo so
nyamena dom boko.
Good.
The media, the press today.
Yeah.
Mamentio.
Oheneba me da say. Enchia atiefo. Any ahwefo. Onyuma odi sha ase die mame emfama awarefo bi.
Kojo entry.
Kojo entry no mame fama awarefo bi. Mrs. Yvonne Oware. One Mr. Oware.
Mrs. Yvonne Oware.
Aye, only Mr. Oware.
Mr. and Mrs. Oware.
Mr. and Mrs. Oware.
Okay. and permit me chia omo pa. Pour some sugar.
Pour some sugar on me.
Oh, okay.
Oheneba, the role of the media society BM, and in particular democratic dispensation they are obedient to me and to tuna say emani. In fact, uti na nado danko akufuado or say or no or per se media no ebe kasa than say ombeka omano atom. No matter how akasa no esi eko. But of course, a idea nansay so share I come there no common platform so. Lady B a video be a security. O chrese we free UK ebebedru Ghana na
yeah
or keta ono timidi eye COVID-19 test or the free abroach by na one ne ba ebedru ha sei within the 72 hours no normal we COVID positive. And obabedru ye no ye testing ne ba no ye negative or no the testing na say positive. And na ya che no hotel say on da ho. Hotel a wo da no we tua be say 500 Ghana cedis a night. Na ono so ye de ne kit no ne kit no show say or ye negative. Nti adie be nti na say official bi, which was a very productive video, except for conclusion or draw, putting the blame at the doorstep of government. As if say Omaino, you need responsible people at every point. The point on our platform, Mimi and say, we a video authorities, particularly Ministry of Health, in collaboration with Aviation Minister and perhaps Interior, as more interested in it.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter how the story was told. Yeah, it doesn't matter how the story was told. Yeah, the conclusion I disagree, but what make a point to be a say one more yet test no ebet me at the dream.
Yeah,
that's the point that I'm establishing. Say, yanunti say asam no babontie through say print or television or radio, and this time around social media. That's why I brought in the aspect of the woman, because they say each and every individual or a journalist technically free every corner of the country. So you could see say media landscape in space say open perhaps even more than ever before.
Yeah.
And say because a culture of silence, and we've done that argument here before. A bit me understanding and imagination, particularly obia me leave at a time, particularly in our university days. You who say wait dear Abaya what is so he's going after journalists. Tommy Thompson based on criminal libel law. Kokuba Akunmu suffered because of the same law. Harunata went to prison because of criminal libel law. Okay, so all those at time not too much of a person associated with media. But adiwe betoa I say unkwala bremwa sembi, all of a sudden some information now begin to flip up. Why? Because as university, students media people, we all followed the stories and we became very much concerned about these things. Look, there was a time even under constitutional rule demonstration the way you see baboy all right na a month for my friends many bam who so just will be able to them P12 just because he demonstrated under former President Jerry John Rawlings constitutional regime, not military regime. Okay, and the freedom of expression na because we harmless on armed students and a demonstration. It was all about our friend is saying accommodation homes and some yanunti yana ya medin mian kasa titru de yana ya medin say me tia says that there is culture of silence. But the issue is this: within or friend say mass communication and as a media freedom you can't take away the responsibility our media and also as carry. Radio and television discussions are equal. depending on which media house are oko.